I wanted to do a video today on Virgil, and the reason why I picked Virgil today, first of all, thank you for the person who recommended him, but I was going through the list of the people that were recommended to me on who to do readings on, and I decided I was going to look up the ages of everyone just to make sure that no one's under 20 years old, or 18, I guess. I don't know, just to kind of determine how old everyone is and if I was going to do readings or not, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, the point is that I got to Virgil and I felt this overwhelming feeling of love, of compassion, of intrigue, of mystery, just this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful feeling. And I could feel it in like my forehead. I guess that's where my third eye is, right? I could just feel it just warm and radiating, and it sounds like kind of kooky, but it was such a beautiful feeling. And when I put his age in, it showed that he had passed away, and today is January 23rd. And when I put him in the search bar, it showed that number one, he has passed away from cancer, and number two, Louis Vuitton just had this, you know, for Fashion Week, something that was dedicated to him. And it was in that moment that I remember the commenter who had mentioned that he had passed away and asked if I could do a reading on him. And so, yeah, now I remember the comment and the commenter, so thank you. If I didn't already, thank you. And so that's where I'm at with this. And then I have this book out because as I sat down to do a reading, I looked up and this is the one that caught my eye, which is right here. If you look at the binding, it's Virgil. It's Virgil. And I thought, oh my goodness. It's such a beautiful name too. Like I've never met anyone who named Virgil, which I assume is maybe after this. But anyway, so yeah, that's where I'm at with this. So if you're new here, let me just talk about that first, which is that, well, you know what, just read the description down below if you don't know. So the information that I'm getting so far is that he's at peace, essentially, is like, I want my family to know. I want those who care about me. I want the people who shared their best and their, it's not worst, but it's like their most difficult moments with me, that though this experience, this Virgil, this life as Virgil is unforgettable. And you guys are unforgettable to me. Every last one of you. I love you guys so much. And I put you in line with me. Like I put you all even with me. Like everyone. And what I mean by that is that we're all equals. And I didn't fully realize that in my life until it was towards the end of my life. How we all, at the end of the day, we're all the same. Because we all pass away the same. We all have an expiry date as we exist here on Earth. And this experience of leaving this world has taught me so much about love and so much about life and so much about how even when we dream, even when we imagine, even when we curate and create, there's even more beyond that. And that I really, really genuinely appreciate and adore every last one of you that's close to me. Like, I adore every last one of you in your own unique way, your own special way. And I really look forward to reuniting and re-meeting you time after time, lifetime after lifetime, that we've shared and will continue to share in different ways. He's saying, I don't think I really want to go back. Like, I don't think I really want to go back to Earth or to the world. I'm not sure what I want to do right now. And I have the choice. So I'm just kind of sitting out here, sitting in the wings, and kind of observing and watching. And I watch my kids grow up, and I said, what kids? You have kids? He says, I have a daughter and I have a son. I have a daughter and I have a son. No, I have a son and I have a daughter. I have a son and I have a daughter. So he's going back and forth, like he's like, I'm not putting either one first in the way that I mention them. I have a son and a daughter, and I have a daughter and I have a son. There's not one that comes before the other. They're both equally significant. And I'm seeing like a lovely wife, beautiful, radiant, gorgeous, kind, compassionate, matronly, very motherly wife who I'm so proud of, and who he's laughing because he's saying, like, oh no, if people could hear me now, how I am now, they could feel it in me, they could see that in me, but it's like how I lived my life up until now. It was very exuberant, it was very colorful, it was very like exciting, there's so many different facets to me. And so it's in those dying moments, it's like that's something that a lot of us have in common. Not everyone has this in common, but a lot of us, that the personality changes. It's like then you kind of realize, oh, like I'm different, I'm a different person. Things change. And he's saying, like, he finds that funny about him, he finds that funny about the situation, because you could say this isn't like him in a lot of ways, even though in the depths of you, it's like this is my truth, this is who I truly am, this is my soul, this is my spirit. And you just knew me as my identities of me growing. I was so young. When you look at me as a human being, this limited experience of who we are is so youthful. And so you knew me in my youth. You knew me in my limited aspects, not my limitless aspects. But I could always dream. I could always dream past that. And I just could never see it. I couldn't see past it, but I could feel it, and I would always reach for it because I knew that there was something more to this, and I want to pass this on to my family. I want to pass this on to my kids. I want to pass this on to everyone in the world, and he's bringing me back to the Mayans. And it's this image that I see of like it being in it feels like the desert, like it's desolate, it's plain, but then I could see like pyramids in the far background, and the nightfall and the extraordinary brilliance of all the stars, and just it's like this, it's like swirling. The stars look as if they're swirling, and I've never seen anything like this. It would be like when you go to like the highest peak in the world, I think, or like I don't know if it's the highest peak it's not the highest peak in the world, but like the safest part, I think it's in Hawaii, and you can go view the stars there, you know, without having to like climb. Like you have to do like a slow drive up there or whatever. Anyway, you can look it up, but it's he's saying it's not quite the equivalent. It was so different back then. And that is what I dream for the world. That's what I see for the world. That's what I want. Is for everyone to reimagine a world where we are at peace. It's something that I always strived for in my work. It's something that I always desired, and I was yearning for this. And it was the way that I could see how things should come together, like how to create things, how to build things. It's like this architecture of life, it's just the way that everything should have come together. And I feel like there's a chance that there's something missing here. There's so many myths. He's bringing, this must have been, he's saying like this is where I'm from. Like the last time you saw me was in Incan times, like Mayan times, and everything in between that time, like he's saying before and after my time, this Mayan time has been, he's saying like gentrified, dirty. It feels mechanical. It feels dull. It feels lifeless. Uninspiring. And then he's bringing me to the Renaissance period, and he's like, not then. But I watched over the world. I've always observed, I've always watched, because it was something of interest to me. And I wanted to come back and recreate parts of that. I heard motherhood. I heard the word motherhood, and something about his kids, like it's through them that I want them to, it's like I'm within my children, like they have a piece of me. They share the same vision, like they share the same part of my spirit, and it's like if he were split into two. It's like I've been split into two into them, so then they have their best aspects of who they are mixed in with my best aspects, and through that I can be more powerful is not the word, but I'm more influential, and it's in a way that has a lot of depth to it, right? It's not a shallow influence. And that's what I encourage everyone to do. And he's brings me again to the mother of his children. He's saying, he's very poetic, so I'm going to try my best to just paraphrase in a way that I can best translate. It's like, you're everything. You're everything and the only thing to me. You're the moon, you're the stars, you're the galaxy, you're my shadow, you're my radiance, you're everything in between and everything that is. There is no space between us. There is nothing that separates us. The most separate we could be is here when we were together on Earth. And he's showing me like how the molecules, you know, and the atoms that create the physical being, and how there's still separation. And it's like you're in between. You're even in the in between, the space in between. Because even in this world, I felt still so separate from you. It's not something that was quite verbalized, but I could just feel I wanted to be even closer to you. Because you're everything. I'm so proud of the way that you carry yourself. I'm proud of the way that you raise the kids. I'm proud of you and the way that you speak to your family and my family. It's like, you just make me so proud. You are really the woman that I didn't even deserve. I feel like I didn't even deserve I did deserve you. I'll give myself that. I did deserve you. But at the same time, you're just so good. You're just so good. I can't put into words. He's saying I can put it into words, but she, like me, the reader, cannot put it into words, but I can put it into words. That's what he's saying. And so he's giving me this image of it feels like a bathroom where potentially that's where she kind of closes off and, you know, kind of grieves from time to time. And he's laughing because he's saying something like, girl, like, don't act like you don't feel me. Don't act like you don't feel me. Like in those moments and you feel me, you know, and it's like she carries through life, or you, because it's as if, I don't know who I would be doing this. I'm just saying what he's saying. So it's like she carries herself through life. A lot of times knowing that he's always with them, being strong for everyone. And there's a part of me that kind of regrets that. Like, I kind of regret not physically being there anymore with you, because now you have to be in your power, you have to be in your strength all the time. I mean, I know you can do it, but I'm just really proud of you, is what he's saying. I'm really proud of you. And I know you know that I'm here. I know that you feel me. I know that you understand me. I'm seeing the numbers 8, 82888298. I have to write this down. 427. So he's saying you always, you know that you always carry me with you. I envelop you. If anything, I feel like I blanket your radiance from sometimes. It's like a heat blanket. You just set me aflame. You know, you're just so powerful, so strong that you set me aflame. And he is saying like she's feisty. He's saying she's really feisty. And he's just laughing. He's laughing at her, and like, I guess like sometimes the way that she jokes with the kids, especially, is like the son and then the daughters. I see the daughter nearby saying something, like maybe taking the mom's side, but they're just like goofing around with each other, and he's laughing about that. He's laughing. Like, you guys are so silly. You're so silly. You're always keeping me laughing. And then he's saying like, wait till you see. He's saying like, wait till you see what all of this is about. It's like you know, you think you might know, or like I think I might have this answers. I don't know, but no, like, wait till you really see. I don't know how I managed to forget all this. I knew this. I knew it inherently, like I knew it. But I don't know. I surprised myself that I forgot. I forgot how. I don't know how natural this all is what he's saying. How natural it all is. He thinks you guys do. He thinks his wife does a really good job. A really good job at the way that she raises them, how she treats them. And these are the ones that flew out. Just looking at these. And I feel this is exemplary of her, where she's stable, she's passionate, she's kind, she's strong. She's a pillar of strength. And change, I'm hearing change, rapid change, like you are really good at what's the word? I can't think right now, but it's like, you know, adhering to different changes, like being able to go along with that and succeed. And keeping your boundaries up. I think there's a lot of people that have tested her boundaries and are continuously testing her boundaries, and telling her, giving her advice that might potentially be ill advice. Knowingly or unknowingly, I don't know. But he's acknowledging that she is following her gut, and that he's saying like, you know you can always come to me. I think he's calling her baby. I think it's like, baby, you know you can always come to me if you ever have a question, if you ever have doubts, if you ever have anything that's going on in your life that feels too heavy for you, or you feel like you don't have enough answers, or you're looking for my guidance. Just because I'm not here in the physical, like I'm definitely still here. You can still talk to me. You still ask me, and I will respond. I will answer you. I'm not going anywhere. I haven't gone anywhere. You don't always have to act tough. You don't have to feel guilty for the times that you're breaking down or you've broken down. You don't have to feel like there's something wrong with doing that. You can let your guard down, like you can let loose. You can kind of like you can loosen the reins on yourself and not hold yourself to such a high standard that you can't always meet. Like you have to set yourself up for success. And if you hold it all in all the time and try and be strong all the time, then you're gonna fail, because I understand that this isn't easy. I understand that this isn't something that you have ever imagined or ever thought or ever dreamed or ever wanted to happen. So how can you expect that you're gonna know how to react and how you're gonna act in this? You know? Don't be hard on yourself. Don't beat yourself up over it. Like we make mistakes, and if you're angry, if you're upset, if you're stressed because you're so wound up because you're still healing, or if the kids are getting to you, it's just getting too much, that I didn't abandon you, like I think there's some part of her, like part of you, that feels like I left. It's like kind of like anger, like, why did you leave me? Why did you leave me? Why did this have to happen? And it's to prove your strength, that you have this, you got this. You don't need me. You don't need a man. You don't need that. I'm providing, and I have provided so much for you. You don't need this. And it's to help you grow spiritually, to see that you feel the distance between what is perceived as together. Like, when I explain to you, he's talking to her, it's like when I explain to you how you are my everything, my only thing, and you are it, you're everything. It's like you perceive you to be whole. You perceive yourself to be solid. But you know that that's an illusion. You know that, like, it's like he's talking about like building things, or like building codes, or like assembling, like the way that you assemble a structure that makes it very solid. It's like you have to understand how to structure something in a most solid way, like no gaps, and even then there's still tiny gaps. And so realizing there's a part of you that has to really realize that and understand that in order to find all the strength that I want you to find, that you're supposed to find, that you're supposed to be looking for in your life. Like, that's your life purpose. And from then you can understand that I'm still here. And will help, like, he's saying that his passing is supposed to help her reach for the stars, like reach for space, reach for something beyond here. In a deeper way. It's not just if you have a streamlined belief or you have a streamlined idea or imagination. It's like there's more. there's more. Where you think that you saw everything, where you think that you know everything, you feel everything, don't tunnel your vision. Don't tunnel vision yourself there. Open up your awareness, open up your mind. And I'm helping you, I'm guiding you, because that yearning that you have, that feeling you have, that desire you have, that want that you have to understand, like the turnings and the changes that happen in your mind, can be understood. The more that you understand me, the more that you find me, I will show you, I will teach you. I will continuously teach you to look up. To look up and to look out. And to look beyond. In a lot of ways, he's saying, I feel that my life as Virgil is a gift from God. And having children is the biggest gift that I received from this. I don't believe that through his lifetimes, earth-wise, that he had many kids, if any. He's very selective. Lifetimes, he's very selective. He feels otherworldly. Doesn't really come to Earth very often. And if you think about Mayans and how spiritual they were, and the depths of them, and the mysteries behind them, he definitely carried that on into this life. Like, you could definitely feel that and see that about him. He exuded that kind of energy, that intrigue. And just the way that he perceived things, the way that he did things, is very reminiscent of that old life and everything that he has garnered from all these other places, right? And that's I think that's the biggest thing of, like, that's why he's like, he's very selective and choosy about when he comes back. And he has that choice, right? Like, he has that ability to do that. And that's what he did with this. Because it's important that he did. And he wants to lift her up. He wants to lift his wife up. It's like, in a way, we're both each other's angels. Kind of a strange angel, an earthly angel to me. Like, he's bringing her up. He's rising her up in her spirituality. So it's like she gave him the gift of these children, and he's given her the gift of spirituality. Like, of holiness, of godliness, of Savior. That, yeah. Yeah. So, the biggest message that he has is for her and for everyone. So this is a direct message for her. But this can be applied to everyone watching. Is to have the courage to stand up for your passions, like your differences in how you perceive your creative pursuits. It's like, don't be afraid to be creative. Don't be afraid to try something different. When it comes to like the way that you express yourself in the world, you know, it's, and he is specifically talking about like fashion, and about just like art. It feels art. It's like, just try different things. But this is a lot about peace, and even life review is a lot about peace, like inner peace, inner balance, inner harmony, and how you have all the building blocks available to you. It's about piecing it together. And so if you're overwhelmed, if you're over analytical, those are ways that will keep you bound, that will keep you confused, that will keep you lost as far as how to put them together. You won't be able to think straight. It's when you relinquish some of that energy, some of that control, some of that emotion, that things can fall together in a more natural way. And so he's saying to not feel guilty, not feel angry, not feel cynical. Don't turn cold or angry. Like, don't let other people influence you either on how to live your life or how to perceive things. Because I'm here to help you. I'm here to guide you. And your story, your purpose was to reroute yourself in a lot of ways, whether you're fully aware of that or not. And he's again kind of like laughing, like snickering, like, this may not seem like me, but it's in those final moments and in me crossing over that I actually saw things for the way that they're supposed to be. And the illusions that I saw, like, I could feel it was off, but I didn't quite follow through with it. Like, I didn't follow through with that instinct. I just kind of went along with some of the things that I thought felt off, for varying reasons. And so it's up to you, and this is your biggest challenge, is to reverse that thought and to trust what you're feeling and what you're hearing. Don't go along with the narrow-mindedness of what you may believe. There's more, and you're hearing it, but there's a part of you that might be denying it, and you might be getting really stressed out in life and thinking, again, that tunnel vision. I don't want you to do that. That's not what we were supposed to do. So it's like, I want you to face the truth. I want you to flip everything around. I want you to flip it and see it for what it really is. And I'm bringing you, like, this is him, like, I'm bringing you this information. Because I feel like what he's saying is, like, it's a reflection. Look at what you perceive to be a reflection of what is. And be patient with yourself. And I heard, this is the truth. This is the truth. Yeah. See, it's like comfort, overcoming. We have divine order, but right here is overcoming difficulties. Underneath it, overcoming difficulties and comfort. You can't let your discomfort dictate how you perceive things in a like you shouldn't allow it to take you to a negative way. You shouldn't allow it to shut yourself down. You have to continuously make yourself proud and make me proud and reach further. Like, I am by your side. You have to believe that first. You have to consistently believe that and know that. And hope for a better life. Hope for a better future for everyone is what he's saying. I hope for a better future for the world. Because the way that he perceives the things from his perspective and his life experience is that the world is in a perilous state. And that is one of the reasons why he doesn't know if he would even want to come back. Because he feels like he's not even of this world. Like, sometimes, like I said, like, people have to, like, they choose to reincarnate to, like, heal some things about them, but he doesn't even feel earthly to begin with. Like, he doesn't feel earthbound. He never really felt earthbound, you know. He's just trying to do his part to help everyone, and the way that he does it is directly through his family and through his direct influences, and I guess even now through people who are aware of him. But he's definitely of the light, and if anyone ever has any doubts about that, they aren't listening. They aren't listening. They're only hearing what they want to hear. And whatever kind of perceived bias they have, and like, yeah. So that's my reading, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.